Amazon is making some changes, and in the next 6 months, 90% of publishers are going to lose their business. Unless you listen to what I tell you in this video. Hey everybody, I'm coming at Emeka and Julieli. Which need best keywords in India, and they need that problem solved, Americans. Why not?
Range Rover Sport supercharged.
If your income goal is $500,000.
Hey everybody, Emeka coming at you here, and in today's video, I want to talk about one of the most important things that needs to be talked about. And I really firmly believe from the bottom of my heart that if you don't really get this message, you're not going to be around much longer in this space. But first, if you want to learn how to increase your income so you can take back your freedom, so you can design your ultimate lifestyle, make sure you smash that subscribe button and turn bell notifications on so you never miss a video. All right, what are these big, massive changes that Amazon is coming up with? I'm gonna get to those, but let me start off by saying, one, you're not all doomed. You're not all doomed. Some of you are doomed, but not all of you. And the whole point I want to make with this video, I don't want to call it like a public service announcement or something like that, but this is more of it's more of a mindset and more of a business business mindset, really. And that's the ability to adapt to an ever-changing market. This is one of the most important skills or things that you can learn right now while you're doing this business, while you're doing publishing. But even better, you're going to be able to take that to whatever business you decide to go into the future. So let's talk about some of the changes that has happened over the last few years. Well, going back to the early times with self-publishing on Amazon, you could spend $50 on a book to get a little 5,000 word ebook written, $5 on a cover, throw it up with zero promotion, and in 3-4 months time, that book be making $1,000 a month. That's how this business essentially started. There was that little competition and there was that much demand for these products. Going back, maybe 2-3 years ago, the loopholes. There was the 10x loophole. There was there were so many different loopholes that people were, for lack of a better word, exploiting, and just making a killing, off Amazon. What happened was Amazon changed, it evolved, and all of a sudden, those people didn't evolve and they disappeared. Swaps, 2016, the year of swaps, if you kind of look at that year, where you could do 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 review swaps, 100 review swaps, for $1 a piece, get your book ranking and making a killing. Easy money, back then. But now it's, swaps are pretty much almost out of the picture, right? And, with CreateSpace getting, absorbed by KDP, ACX is going to get absorbed by KDP. Might even happen by the end of the year, the rate the changes are going over in that space. And with AMS, just how crucial using, AMS ads for your book has become. So bottom line is there's been lots of changes over the years, and there's going to be a lot more changes coming over the next few months and over the next few years, because Amazon, like every business, is always evolving, always adapting, and always changing. So it's our job and it's our responsibility to make sure we're doing everything we possibly can to adapt to the change. But here's where I think the disconnect is, that I've noticed in Facebook groups and just, from talking with different, publishers and business owners, is people aren't thinking that it's their responsibility to adapt and change. They're blaming Amazon for changing. And that's the biggest mistake you can make for your business, because you're missing the entire point of running a business. Business always will change. right? Your marketplace is always going to be changing. There's nothing that's set in stone in business, so to speak. So when Amazon comes up with a change, you want to look at it from a business owner's standpoint. You want to look at the change, say, all right, you know, yes, that might suck, because usually the changes are not in our favor. They're in favor for the customer, they're in favor for Amazon, of course, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna benefit us. So when Amazon makes a change, I take a look at, you know, okay, well, what's the change? How can we flip this so we don't, you know, suffer, so we don't take the hit? You know, a great thing is with ACX, and you know, they've been cracking down a lot over in that department because of the massive surge of you know, audiobooks and everything going out, right? But with one of their recent changes with codes and everything, you know, I sat down, I spoke with, you know, my manager, said, all right, here's the changes, how can we adapt our business? Let's go in this direction. You know, and that's it. You know, it might suck if you look at it, it's like, oh, well, it used to be so much easier. Well, yeah, but do you want to be looking at the it used to be all the time? Right? Like, that's like saying, that's as useful as saying, well, you know, it'd be great if I bought Apple stock in the late 90s. But you didn't. So what's the point in saying it would be great? It'd be great if we did lots of things back in the day. You have to focus on the present and prepare for the future the best you can. And that's one of the most important lessons you can learn in business. It's always going to be changing. So focus on what's happening right now and prepare your business for the future. Right now, if you lost your Amazon account, what would happen? What would happen to your business? Would it completely go to zero, or would you just lose a couple $1,000s a month? Right? Those are two very different scenarios, and I've seen it happen to both people. You know, some, it literally goes to zero. Their entire business is dead. Where others, you know, they're making $12,000 one month, they lose their account, boom, they drop down to $6,000, $7,000 the following month with no Amazon account, but they were prepared to lose it because they prepared for the future. They're not relying on just one platform. So I know this is kind of all over the place. We started just talking about changes, but there's always going to be changes in business, and it's your responsibility to make sure you adjust and you adapt your business accordingly the best you can. There's no point in crying and bitching about the changes Amazon's making, because then you're just going to be crying and bitching all the fucking time. Hey, let me know, what are you doing, if you want to share what you're doing, to adapt to some of the recent changes Amazon's been making online. I'd love to connect with you. A whole bunch of free resources inside the description of the video, but let me know in the comment section how you doing. Till next time, everybody, I'm Emeka, and speak to you all soon.